who has a postgraduate in food science and nutrition with more than 2 years of experience in lifestyle disorder management. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite Amrita to start the session. Amrita, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Vaishali, for the introduction. And good morning to everyone. It's another exciting session of Train the Trainer program. And I hope today we'll learn something in this session and we'll learn about a new exciting topic. So without a further delay, I'll just present my screen. I hope everyone can see the screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, great. So we are in the 10th session of Train the Trainer program, where we will talk about the healthy habit building. So why it is important, why we have chosen this topic in this session is this is like we have progressed further now, and you have told all of your customers about gut reset and everything that the guidelines you have given them, what are the things to follow, what are the changes they have to take in their meal plate, and what exactly they are going to do. But if they don't sustain the journey, whatever the things they have learned in the gut reset phase and whatever the things you have told them as per the guideline, if they don't sustain it, there is not going to be a very long-term change. They are going to see whatever healthy habits they are building. If they don't sustain the habits, there is going to be repercussion of that. So what is the importance of healthy habit and how we can incorporate that, and what are the healthy habits we should focus on when we have started the healthy living journey? We will talk about all of that in today's session. So before that, we'll take a quick recap of our last session, whatever you have learned. I would like to point, before I discuss it any further, I would like all of you to put it in the chat, like a little summary of last session or whatever the things you have learned in the last session. You can put your answers in the chat box itself. Whatever the key points that we have learned in the last session, you can put in the chat box. Yes, getting good answers from all the participants. Diet, gut reset, diet, lifestyle, and supplementation, exercise. Okay. So I can see that every one of you are attending the sessions very with utmost attention, and you are learning things as you go. So just if I sum up the previous session, you have already learned about, in all the previous 9 sessions, you have learned about like how you can onboard your customers, what are the things you have to teach, and how you can build a community. And in the last session, you learned about the gut reset story, how you can build up a gut reset story. In gut reset, you are giving the participants or the customers certain guidelines that they have to avoid animal products during the gut reset. They have to stop intake of caffeine, any caffeinated beverage. They can replace it with infused water. They need to make some changes in their meal plates as well. The 50% of the plate should be containing fruits and veggies, and other half of it would be carbohydrate, other complex carbohydrate, other half of it should be their protein-rich foods. And all of these guidelines you have given to your customers. And after the 10 days of gut reset phase, now it's time for you to take their gut reset story. You should see whoever your customers who are engaged in this 10 days sessions, they're taking the knowledge sessions, they're taking the meditation session, doing the exercises every day, sharing the meal plates, and actually seeing significant changes after 10 days of gut reset? What are the impacts they have seen? You can see after the gut reset phase, most of your participants, the impact will be varied person to person. Someone will see significant changes if they are having like a very different lifestyle or unhealthy lifestyle before starting the program, and suddenly they are coming to gut reset and they are trying to be healthy. So there will be a drastic change for them. But those who were following maybe somewhat healthy lifestyle before and they have started gut reset, there might be some different impact for them. The result can vary person to person, but there will be certain impacts. So you can take their story, you can see the impacts of what the gut reset have created for them. You can check the parameters for them, whatever the parameters you have taken, your height, weight, BMI, waist hip ratios, fat, visceral fat, all of those parameters before starting the program. And then after completing the gut reset journey, you can take their parameter once again and see what are the changes happening for them, and build a story around them. This story, and you can share this with all the other participants as well. It will, whoever has completed this gut reset successfully, and if you share their story, it will reward them as well. And other than that, the participants who are probably struggling with adapting the healthy lifestyle, they will feel motivated, like if the other person can do it, I can do it as well. So this building a gut reset story after the gut reset phase is done is extremely crucial to engage the community for your participants. And after that, after the gut reset is done, you will see the impact, and then there will be a personalized diet chart going for the participants. The personalized diet chart can be curated. You can take the Amway diet that you have all seen in the Live 360 as well, or you can take the help of an expert nutritionist, but there will be a curated diet. Each and every individual will have different requirements when it comes to the diet, depending on their height, weight, depending on their HRA parameters that we have taken, and what are the changes that they have seen in the gut reset, and any kind of medical complications if they have. So their diet chart will be, for everyone, will be different. So they will be getting that and following that diet chart for the next coming period. And another way of keeping your participants engaged, or imparting them knowledge so that they can sustain this journey beyond the 100 days mark, is to share knowledge with them. And two important pillars, we have learned about two important pillars of healthy living. One is your liver health, and another one is insulin sensitivity. Liver is one of the most important organ in our body that handles our metabolism. Whatever nutrient you take, at the end, the liver has to handle it, especially when it comes to fat. Liver is the only organ that can handle fat in our body. So fat metabolism totally depends upon liver. And detoxification is another important work for liver. Whatever metabolism going on in your body, whatever chemical reactions going on in your body, there will be certain kind of toxins that get produced. Those toxins has to be handled by liver. If you take any outside drug, or in general any environment pollutant, those are also toxins that your body need to be excluding from the body or excrete from the body. That is done by liver itself. So if you don't keep your liver healthy, there will be fat deposition in the liver, and that will lead to weight gain, that will lead to fatty liver, that will cause insulin resistance, that will cause basically many fold of different issues in your body, hormonal imbalance and all of that. And insulin sensitivity, by now you have all learned that it is one of the most important thing in today's world. And if you want to have a healthy weight, if you want to have a healthy living, healthy body, insulin sensitivity is very important. Insulin is basically a key that it's a hormone that secretes from pancreas, and the function of insulin would be to like a key which gives the cell the signal that whatever glucose is present in the bloodstream, the cell needs to uptake it and break it down and produce energy. That's the basic function of insulin. So if your cells doesn't have insulin sensitivity, which means they don't respond to insulin as they should, as normally a human being should, there will be complications. There will be excess amount of glucose in the bloodstream, and the cells will not be able to utilize the glucose for energy production. There will be energy deprivation. In turn, you will feel hungry again, you will feel more amount of craving throughout the day, and there will be rise in your blood glucose level, which is not at all healthy for our body. So all of this we have learned in previous session. I hope you remember now clearly. So now we will proceed on to the topic of healthy habit building for today's session. So we were up to this point, we were in the progress where healthy weight and healthy journey your customer has started, and they have made progress, gut reset is done, and they're feeling the changes. They're seeing how healthy living can actually help them. How if they have a healthy routine, healthy meal plate, they are doing the exercise every day and taking the meditation sessions every day. All of that, how they're getting impacted, how it's basically helping in their well-being, they have already seen that. So the question comes is, what next? What they can do next to further take forward their healthy living journey. So this is the time you have to educate your customers about sustainability. How it is important to sustain all the healthy habits that your customers have already taken. Because whatever habits they have started, probably they have started taking infused water for the first time in their life. They have stopped taking tea or coffee the first thing in the morning, and they have started with their healthy water, infused detox water. And if they don't sustain the journey, maybe they have taken it for 10 days, for the gut reset 10 days. But if they don't sustain the habit, the detox water is not going to work overnight or in 10 days. If they don't sustain the habit and they go back to the habit of taking tea or coffee as the first thing in the morning, maybe the problem they were having, maybe was having the issue of acidity just because from the tea or coffee in the morning. If they go back to that habit, that problem will arise again. Someone was not taking like 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and you have given them that guideline that you have to take 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And during the gut research, just because they have started something new and everyone else is following, they are doing that as well. But right after they have seen the changes, it has impacted their body really well. They again start slacking in that department. Maybe some work comes up, or they just don't feel like getting 7 to 8 hours sleep anymore, and they start slacking in that department. Or after 10 days they feels like my time is getting wasted in that. I can do so much work if I wake up, if I stay late at night and all of that. Again, they are going to slack in that department, and the negative impact that they were having from lack of sleep, that will start to come back. So what in other than like getting the guidelines, other than the getting the good habits, it's very important to sustain or maintain that habit. Your agenda is to do a lifelong changes in the life of those participants, whoever is under you. It is not just about 100 days journey. It's good changes that they can sustain lifelong. So here it comes the behavioral changes that they need to take to progress the journey and to sustain whatever good effect they have seen in the 10 days journey. So that is the most important part of healthy habit building. So we'll talk all about that in today's session. So you need to sensitize your customers to this topic, or to this effect of habit building. You need to first tell them the negative effects that can actually happen if they don't sustain their healthy living journey, if they don't sustain the habits that they have developed. Tell them that they can regain weight if they don't sustain it. I'm not saying that for everyone the agenda is weight loss. There can be different agendas for everyone who ever joined this journey. But weight in general is something that a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people, their starting point of the journey is to that they want to achieve a healthy weight in general and achieve a weight loss. So if the gut research journey, they have started the gut research journey, most of the participants will see changes in their weight as well. And if they don't sustain that, and after that, if they don't take care of the meals that they are taking, if they don't take care of the sleeps they're taking, there is chances that they will gain weight, and they will actually gain weight more than the initial amount. It has been seen through researches that if long term, if you want to keep your weight, if you want to maintain your weight to a healthy level, it's more important to focus on a long term journey than to focus on short quick fixes. So if they don't sustain the journey, if they don't sustain the healthy habits whatever they have developed, the exercise, doing exercise every day, taking 7 to 8 hours of sleep, drinking 3 liters of water a day, keeping 50% of their plates vegetables, and 25% protein and 25% complex carb, all of this guideline, if they don't sustain, there is going to be a bounce back in their weight. So if your habits are not consistent, the result that you have seen is not going to be maintained for long term. So this is what you need to sensitize them to, and you need to make them aware the changes that can happen, the changes that have happened, the good changes that have happened, it can go back to the same if their habits go back to the same as previous. So to sustain any healthy habits, we need to know that what is the why, the big reason behind their starting the journey in the first place. So before we talk about it, I would like to ask every one of you, who would be here would be interested in, having a healthy long life and not having any medications as they age, as they progress, and not be burdened with a medical cost every month, and they want to look good, feel good and confident in their own body. I would like to see all of your answers in the chat box. That is this any of your personal goals, that when you have started this journey, that you want to look and feel better, you want to feel confident in your body, you want to avoid any kind of illness, and don't be burdened with that, and don't be burdened with medical cost and all of that. Yes, yes. I'm seeing so many yeses in the chat box. I'm seeing so many yes answers in the chat box. Someone has written yes, of course we all do. Yeah, that is the big point. We all want to not be burdened with medical costs, because if someone is having any kind of lifestyle disorders, maybe they're having diabetes, or they're having liver issues, or they're having high cholesterol or thyroid or CVD, all of this comes under the purview of metabolic or lifestyle disorders, and all of them will probably have to take medications for very long time. They have to visit doctors in certain intervals, and all of that will increase the cost, medical cost for them. It is not either good for their body nor good for their financial well-being. And many of us want to, if we gain weight and we see visually that we are overweight, or we're very thin, or all of that, it doesn't make us feel very confident. All of us wants to feel confident and beautiful and good in our own body. We don't want to look at the mirror and feel like there is something going on and I don't feel confident. That is not a feeling that anyone like. Or there might be someone who is having a lot of mental challenges, mental health issues. They are having due to work or any other issues, they are having a lot of stress, and they just want to get rid of it, because it's not a good thing to live in under stress for a very long time. We want to avoid disease, we want to have a healthy, we want to increase our lifespan but have a healthy long life, and we want to basically enjoy a better life, a better lifestyle. This is a goal for all of us. There is no denying in that point. So that could be the why for most of your participants. That can be different for someone. As I said, for someone it could be reducing their medical costs if they're having metabolic disorders. Maybe they are just done with taking a lot of medicines all the time, and they just want to see how they can fix this, how they can manage this, all of these challenges better. Someone just wants to feel good and confident in their body. Someone in general just wants to adopt a healthy living so that they can increase their lifespan. The why can be different for every individual. It varies person to person, but you can definitely ask the why behind it. You can put a quiz in that regarding. You can have a one-to-one chat with all of your participants to understand the why they are starting the journey, and that why is going to give them the reason, or you the reason, to motivate them, or them to be motivated to make the sustainable changes. If they keep the why in mind, the bigger goal, what they want to achieve, what they have started in their mind with, that is going to be the motivation, or that is going to be the source of fuel for them to sustain a healthy habit. even if they feel some days that I really don't want to do any more exercises, it's too much challenging to do like every morning wake up and doing exercises, they will feel that this is not something, I'm not doing this just because I have to like sustain in this 100 days program. I'm doing this because I want to make myself feel better in my skin. I want to manage all the metabolic disorders that I have better, which is draining my bank account basically, which is not making me feel good in the longer run. So the bigger goal, if they keep in mind, it would be a lot easier to sustain the healthy habits, because now they have the motivation, now they have the enthu to do whatever you're telling them to do. So if you want to develop any healthier lifestyle, that is basically, healthier lifestyle is basically a summation of a lot of healthy habits, and those healthy habits should be built around the essential pillars of our life. We will discuss about those pillars, but just know that when we say adopt a healthy lifestyle, you will see a lot of health practitioners or a nutritionist or an expert saying adopt a healthier lifestyle. So a healthier lifestyle is basically a summation of a lot of healthy habits, and we'll talk about all those healthy habits and the essential pillars that we need to discuss. So basically developing a healthier habit, we all think that it's very easy before we start, but after we start and we try to develop a habit and we see it's basically challenging. It's not easy to change something that you have done for so long and then develop something different. Maybe you have like you are sleeping by 1 a.m. For like a few years, and now after you have joined this journey, after your participant have joined this journey, they have learned the importance of sleep, and now they wants to change that habit to, maybe they want to go by 10 p.m. So it's not that easy. That kind of habit building, it will take time, and it is a very interesting fact that it's an art. Basically healthy habit building is, and any kind of habit building is an art, and it has seen that any kind of habit building basically follows a pattern, and we'll see what kind of pattern healthy habit building follows, or any habit building follows, so that we can ensure that we can easily develop an habit. So about habit building, we need to know about 3 R's, the 3 R pattern that a habit building follows: reminder, routine, and reward. Reminder is basically a kind of cue or a trigger that makes you do a certain kind of action, that prompts you to start a habit. And the routine is the habit itself that you do, the work itself that you do, the action that you take in the response of that reminder. And if you keep doing that action day after day, you see the reward of it. For example, I'm just giving here an example for you to understand it better. Maybe there is someone who did not do any kind of exercise before joining this program, and right after they have joined, they see that every morning people in the WhatsApp group, people are saying that they are joining the exercise session. They are posting the activity and exercise photos or videos, and that's a reminder for that person that I have to join and I have to do my exercises as well. And every morning they are joining their exercise session and they are doing the exercise, that whatever the expert is guiding them. And if they keep repeating the habit day after, if keep repeating the action day after day after day, it's eventually becomes a habit. Then they don't have to look for inspiration to other in for other person, from the other person. It will be a, when they wake up and they see other people, it will be automatic reminder that I have to also join and do my exercises. And after a certain point, they will start seeing the reward of the exercise itself. They will see that their mental health is going better, their body is responding well, and their weight is also going down. So this 3 R pattern, you can it is applicable to any habits that you want to develop. Maybe someone was not taking detox water or infused water before, and now when they wake up, automatically the reminds, after the guideline has given to them, they automatically reminds that I have to take my infused water in the morning. And when they start taking infused water day after day, that becomes a routine. And after that, they see the reward of it after a certain point. So any kind of habit that you want to develop, it's basically start from the reminder. Then you repeat the action multiple times so it becomes a routine, and then you see the reward of it. So the situation or trigger can be different for different person that makes them do a behavior. For example, someone for maybe some person, it is not important to see other person doing the exercises or sharing their activity to feel motivated. They can do their it's on their own. But for someone, it might be that when they see other person, when they see that someone is sharing their exercise routine, or someone is sharing their meal plate, for example, they see and they take inspiration from there, and they can start doing their own. So the situation can be different for everyone, but the situation that triggers the behavior, and you repeat them under the same situation. So you need to understand what are the triggers, and you need to nurture those triggers if you want to do a healthy habit. So whenever we like after responding to a situation, after responding to a trigger, we do a behavior repeatedly, it sits in our subconscious mind. If you see every day people sharing their meal plates, and you see that everyone is taking like 50% veggies and 25% protein rich food and 25% complex carb rich food, and after a certain point, it will be in your subconscious mind. Whenever you try to make a meal for yourself, it will sit in your subconscious mind that I have to design my meal in a way that it is healthy, and I maintain that guideline. So in that way, it will your subconscious mind will start responding to it, and then it's a behavior, then it's a habit that you have built. And after a certain point, you won't be able to have a lot of like disbalanced meal and a lot of junk food, because you will feel that this is not healthy and I need to try for an healthier alternative. So the situation can be different for everyone, and if you repeat the actions again and again, it will reinforce the action in your subconscious mind, and then after a certain point it will be your healthy habit. So you need to make the triggers going on for a healthy habit to build. So that's the most important. Keep the why in your mind, and the triggers that makes you adopt a healthy habit, nurture those triggers and respond to it, so that you can build a healthy habit in longer run. So in today's session, we'll talk about 12 12 essential healthy habits that you can educate your customers to, which are very important for a healthy living and healthy weight journey, which is very important to sustain their good changes that they are seeing in the longer run. So we'll talk about all the 12 habits in details. The first thing is importance of hydration, or drinking water. So there is a question you can see that, are you drinking enough water? I want everyone to answer this in the chat box. Let me know that how many liters or how many glasses of waters all of you are taking every day. Let's see everyone's answer. Yes, a lot of 3 liters, 4 liters. I'm seeing 8 to 10 glasses. Very, very good. You actually should be taking at least 2.5 to 3 liters water in a day. Or if I mention in the terms of glasses, it should be 8 to 10 glasses. So importance of hydration, if we talk about importance of hydration, or why water is needed in our body, there is no end to that discussion. Water is basically important for our blood volume. You see, our body is basically 72% made of water only. Our blood is main component of our blood is water. So basically blood helps to reach oxygen and nutrients throughout the tissue. So water is one of the most important component in that sense. And if you want to do any kind of biochemical, if your body wants to perform any kind of biochemical reactions, metabolism of nutrient, you need water for that. For digestion, water is extremely crucial. Without water, you will not be able to do any kind of digestions of foods. all the hormones and all the secretions from your body, those are also, water is a component of that, as a part of that. So when your body is made up of 72% of water, you can understand that water is one of the most important component in our body. So if you don't drink enough water, what basically happens, there would be some signs and symptoms in your body. The first thing is you will feel thirsty, and all of us had the habit of, we drink water only when we feel thirsty. But whenever you are feeling thirsty, by that time your body has already lost 2% of its water. So there you should have a habit of drinking water even if when you are not feeling thirsty, because there will be climates, maybe winter season, or sometimes if you're too busy in your work or doing very you are outdoor doing some other activities, you won't even understand that your body is giving you the signal that it is thirsty. So it's very easy to miss those signals. So whenever you're feeling thirsty, your body has already lost some of its water. So try building a habit of drinking water even when you are not feeling thirsty. Sometimes if you don't drink water for a prolonged period of time, you can see muscular cramps and headaches, and we think that that is because of tiredness. But most of the time it is because of your body is dehydrated, you are not drinking enough water. And if you have the habit of chronically not drinking water, which a lot of children they have, they go to school and they are engaged in activities, playing and all of that, and they completely ignore the fact of drinking water because there is no one to push them around to drink water. So that time you can get symptoms like dry mouth, rough skin, and irritability, feeling dizzy, and sometimes you can even get mental confusions and difficulty in concentrating. There, your urine, whenever you urinate, your urine color will be extremely dark because there will be buildup of toxins in your urine, and so all of that is very like clear signs that you are dehydrated. So like take your body's cues and let your participants know what are the cues that your body gives whenever you are not well hydrated, and make a habit of drinking at least 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day. And you need to understand that hydration is one of the important part of healthy living. So I have already said that you need to build a habit of drinking water even when you are not feeling thirsty. So we'll see when are the times that you need to drink water. So the first thing is after you wake up. After you wake up, you have been sleeping for long time, for 7 to 8 hours, and all your internal organs are dormant in that time. So if you want to activate the organ system, you want to start the day on a high note, it is very important to drink maybe a glass of warm water, lukewarm water at that time. Even if you can't drink lukewarm water, just drink normal water, that will suffice. But you should drink at least a glass of water whenever you wake up. And after that, you should drink after workout as well. So whenever you are doing any kind of intense workout, you are running, jogging, or you're going to the gym or doing any kind of exercises, your heart rate increases. Your If the climate is very hot and humid, you will sweat as well, and with sweat you will lose electrolytes from your body. So to balance that, to balance the electrolyte, to reduce the heart rate back to normal, you need to drink water that time. You should always have your water half an hour before taking any kind of meal. All of us have there might be some people who have the habit of drinking water along with the meal, but they should change that to taking water half an hour before the meal. That will have benefit you in two ways. One, it will aid into your digestion, and two, it will reduce the amount of meals or amount of food that you are taking through your meal. So it will benefit you in both ways. It will do your portion control and help in the better digestion of the food that you are taking. You should take ideally water before taking a shower, so that your blood pressure can be managed after taking the shower. And whenever you go to bed, you should, before going to bed, not right before, but some little bit earlier before going to bed, you should take some water, so that throughout the night, whenever you are sleeping, you don't get dehydrated along that time. And whenever you are feeling sick, you should take water, because a lot of the time water can make you feel better whenever you are feeling sick. Maybe you are outdoor and doing some activity and you're feeling sick, you should always take some water. And whenever you're feeling tired, very tired after the end of a day, to recharge yourself, you should take water that time. Basically, it basically energizes your brain, or it gives your brain the boost that needs at the time. And whenever you are surrounded by sick people, anyone who is infected around you or in your family, you should concentrate on drinking a lot of water around and at time, because your body will build up toxins if you don't drink enough water, and you can get the chance of getting sick easily if you don't drink enough water that time. So all of this will be a guidance to you that when you should drink water. Again, I'm saying that drink water without feeling thirsty, and make it a habit of at least drinking at least 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day. So next we go on to the second habit, which is, are you practicing portion control? Here you can see portion size versus serving size. These two are different concepts. We have probably heard from the experts, you have heard from any kind of nutritionist or doctors. They always say that have this servings of fruits, this servings of x servings of fruits, or x servings of vegetables, x servings of protein, and you might be confused at what is serving. So we'll discuss about what is portion size and what is serving size. So portion size and what the controlling portion will basically, what it will help you, it will give you all the nutrients that you need to have a healthy weight, or go by your day, but it will not overburden you with any kind of excess in any kind of nutrients. You will get all the essential nutrients, but you will not overeat, or you will not overconsume. That's what portion control helps you with. So portion control is basically whenever you are saying that you take 50% of vegetables in your plate, that is portion control. In 50% veggies, how many servings do you have to take? That we will discuss. That comes under the serving size purview. So to know the serving size, you need to memorize, or you need to know the serving size, or the quantity of the tools that we have available in our home. For example, we measure foods through what cup, spoons, and all of that. And you need to know exactly how much you are taking whenever you are taking something through your spoon or through your cup. So 1 cup is basically 200 gram. That's the standard measurement. And when you would take the tablespoon, or the big spoon that we use, tablespoon is 10 gram, and the teaspoon contains any kind of material. If a teaspoon, it's the measured is 5 gram. So that's the measuring tools that you can use. Maybe you are taking, if someone is saying like you have to take 20 gram, you are taking 2 tablespoon, and that's will be suffice. So that is the basic measuring tool that you can use. Or another method that you can do is using your palm. That will help you to understand the serving. So whenever you are taking any kind of protein rich food, it should come within your palm. That is 1 serving within the palm size or thickness of your palm. And whenever you are taking any kind of protein rich food, here the measurements are given in ounces. It should be 4 ounces. For 1 ounce is 28 gram. When it's the uncooked protein rich food, it can be fish, it can be egg, it can be chicken, it can be all your dals or pulses that you're taking. All of that, if it's 4 ounces in uncooked form, that is 1 serving. If it's 3 ounces in cooked form, then it is 1 serving. And you should see the thickness or the quantity of it in the palm itself. If you take this, that is your 1 serving. And then you go to the carbohydrate portion. The carbohydrate, if you take 1 cupped hand like this, if you take 1 cupped hand of your uncooked rice or uncooked wheat, that is your 1 serving. In the cooked form, it should come in 2 cups hands, 2 cup handful of rice, that would be 1 serving. And whenever you're taking vegetables, if you see one fistful, that would be your 1 cup. So if you take 1 fistful of vegetable, that is 1 serving. And if you take fat in 1 thumb, is 1 serving. Now the serving sizes probably would be mentioned in the diet plan itself, and you can arrange your servings according to that. So why in case of fat, like one thumb is one serving, and in case of vegetables, one whole fistful is one serving. So the one serving is constant, but the what consists of one serving is changing depending on the nutrients, because depending on the requirement. You need fat only, like for a healthy individual, for 15 gram of fat in a day would be suffice. 15 gram is basically what, one big teaspoon and one big tablespoon and one small little teaspoon. That would be like suffice for them. So that's why the one serving size of fat is less. And for vegetables, one fistful will make only one serving. And a healthy individual should have at least 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So one serving, you don't need to be confused about what serving is, because you can use your palm measurements to see what is one serving, and you can accordingly choose your serving. So it would be very easy for anyone who is new to this portion control, who is new to this diet following thing. It would be very easy for them to understand how much of what they should take. So that is the basic difference between portion control and serving sizes. Portion control will only say how much percentage of what they should take, and serving size will help them understand that how many servings of things go into that portion of whatever nutrient they are taking. Next, we'll move on to the importance of chewing. How many of you heard you may have heard from doctors or nutritionists or some sort of magazine or somewhere, you have heard that you need to chew your food adequately, or you need to chew your food 32 times. Have you heard that this thing anytime? Let's see your answer in the chat box. Have you heard this, that you should put you should chew your food 32 times? Yes, I'm seeing this answer. Yes, from most of you. So all of you have heard that we need to chew every bite 32 times. So why is it important to chew your food 32 times, or is it just a myth, or is there science behind it? There is actually science behind it. So whenever you chew your food 32 times, you can try one day, taking a bite and chew it 32 times, and you will see that it is taking significant time to chew one bite if you want to do 32 times. So what basically that doing is slowing down your pace of eating food. You are slowing down like the time that you are taking to eat your food, that is getting longer. So whenever you chew your food well, whenever you take a bite of your food, our digestion basically starts from mouth. The mostly the important nutrient that starts our digestion process starts from mouth is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate rich foods gets mixed with our saliva, and there is enzymes present in our saliva that start breaking down of the carbohydrate then and there. So if you don't chew your food properly, that digestion step never happens. If you basically gulp down your food, you are almost taking unchewed food into your digestion system. And if you chew your food properly, the food will be lubricated, it will be mixed with your saliva, the carbohydrate digestion will start, and then it will go to the stomach, where the next digestion process will go on. So basically, chewing more ensures your digestion is better of the nutrient. And when your digestion is better of the nutrient, your absorption of nutrient will be better as well. You will get good absorption from whatever food you are taking. If you don't chew it properly, the absorption will not be that good, and most of the food that you get will be wastage. And if you get wasted, if you're not getting proper energy from the food, proper nutrient from the food, your body will give you the cue of hunger again. You will feel hungry more often. But if you chew your food properly, if you take your sweet time to enjoy your food, chew your food and have your food properly, then you will have good digestion. Your nutrient absorption will be better, and in turn your calorie consumption will be reduced, because you will not feel hungry more often. You will feel full for longer time, and if you feel full for longer time, there will be less cravings, because we have pseudo cravings for all of that only. We don't feel full for longer time. And if you don't have a lot of cravings throughout the day, you won't overeat things. And even if you are taking like food, you're chewing food very like for a long time, you're taking food slowly, it will anyway prevent overeating, because you will be mindful about each bite that you are taking, and all of that all together will be game changing when it comes to your healthy weight journey. You will be able to keep your weight, you will be able to maintain your weight in a healthy level. So that's basically the science behind chewing your food for longer time. So how we can incorporate the practice of chewing into daily life, because most of us do not have the habit of chewing our food for 32 times, right? We don't even like consider, we don't even see consciously that how many times we're chewing. Basically chew 4 to 5 times probably and gulp it down. So the first thing is you need to plan your meals ahead. Whenever you're giving your participants a diet chart, and you there will be options for each meals, and they already have a roadmap of what are the things they need to consume in a day. If you have your meals planned ahead, then you will actually spend less time in thinking what I have to cook and what I have to prepare for today, and you will actually spend more time in the eating process, because we don't have all day to spend in eating and preparing meal, right? So we need to, most of us, why we don't have the time to chew, because we are always in a hurry, always in a rush. So if you have your meals planned ahead, you will be able to invest more time in the eating process, and you will be able to do the mindful eating. And next, you should choose food that are rich in fiber, because fiber rich, if you see the fiber rich foods, basically the example of fiber rich foods, for example the green leafy vegetables, the fruits, they are in general, it's not that easy to gulp down them throat. If you're not taking rice, which is quite, not that white rice, that not that high in fiber, it is very easy to gulp down rice quickly and just go about your day. But if you take an apple, it will take more time to chew the apple, make it like well mashed in your throat, and to enter that in your body. It will take time. So in general, you try to choose fiber-rich food in your meals, and that's why we're telling you to have 50% of fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables will in general take time for you to eat. So it will force you to chew your food more. It will compel you to chew your food more in general and take you sweet time to eat. And then you have to stop. If anyone has the habit of standing and eating, you need to stop. Basically, what when we'll do standing and eating is that, if you can see in a lot of wedding parties or anywhere, that right now there is a trend of like buffet system, and we all stand and eat, and you will see everyone is rushing their food, because it is not inherently we are not inherently comfortable in taking a plate in hand and having food like that. In general, in home also, whenever you are very rushed, you are going to office or going to work, you just stand there and eat whatever you have prepared and go by the day. But because you want to just finish the task as soon as possible, because it is not comfortable. So don't do that. Take your time, prepare foods early so that you can sit and relax and enjoy your meal and not rush it. So standing and eating in that sense is a bad habit. And then you need to eat slowly. What you can do to eat slowly is basically, you take, if you are having food with spoon or if you're having food with hand, take one bite of food and keep your hands away from your plate, or put the spoon down. Don't take one bite and then another bite is ready in your spoon by the time you finish the second bite, your first bite. So the second bite is already ready in the spoon. Don't do that. Put your spoon down, chew the bite that you were already having in your mouth, take your hands away from the plate, and then whenever you are done, you take the second bite. So that will ensure that you are taking more time to enjoy your food. While you are eating, even if you are sitting with your family, maybe after a long day and you are all having food together, avoid talking too much while, or working too much while you are eating food, because whenever you are talking while you are eating food, or doing any other work, your full concentration goes into that topic, whatever you are talking or whatever work you are doing, and you stop being mindful about whatever you are eating, and it makes you sometimes overeat things. You take food even if you don't need it. And same goes for any kind of electronic distraction as well. Nowadays we all have the habit of watching TV or scrolling through our phone, or watching some kind of social media, scrolling through social media while we are eating. We cannot just stand like sit idle and take our meal for even 10 minutes. We cannot spare for that. every time we need to scroll through phone whenever we are eating. That you need to stop that habit. You need to tell your participant to stop that habit right now, because what it does is exactly same. It takes away the concentration of yours from eating to whatever you are doing, you're scrolling phone or watching movies or whatever that, and you tend to overeat, and you don't even understand that your body is giving the cue that it is already full. So all of this you can do on an everyday basis to ensure that you are chewing your food more. And the next is how you can manage your cravings. I would like to see everyone's answer in the chat box. Do you have any kind of cravings, and what are the things you generally crave? Whenever you have any cravings, what are the things you generally crave? Let's see what answers that I get in chat box. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of sweets. In general, the common answers, if I see from everyone, is sweets. Somebody is saying ice cream, somebody is saying fried food, and somebody all said, I have managed it now, which is very good for you. So you can see that the foods that we crave, if you see from everyone, in general, the foods that we crave is the unhealthy foods that we shouldn't be consuming. So, what is basically craving? Whenever you feel hungry, the normal hunger, there is the feeling of hunger and the feeling that you have already eaten food and you're full now. All of this is dictated by your body's hormonal system. And when there is any kind of messing up, any kind of disbalance in that hormonal system, you get cravings. Cravings and hungers are two different things. Hunger is a legit cue of your body that there is low glucose in your system, your body's energy is down, and you need to have some kind of food to replenish that glucose in the bloodstream, and you need to you need food to recharge your body again. That's a legit cue. But craving is when there is enough glucose in your system, your body is well nourished, and you still feel hungry. That's what craving is, and that is dictated by your messed up hormonal system. So there are three important players when it comes to cravings, and those important hormones are ghrelin, leptin, and insulin. Ghrelin is secreted from our stomach, and it is known as hunger hormone. So whenever you are feeling hungry, basically you see there is hunger pangs in our stomach. You can all understand that that is dictated by ghrelin when it's secreted from your stomach. It's secreted from your stomach in the cue of your brain. Your brain's hypothalamus actually dictates that your ghrelin will be secreted from stomach whenever you are feeling hungry. And after you take the food, there will be another hormone that secretes from adipose tissue or fat tissue, that is leptin. Leptin is known as satiety hormone, which basically gives you the feeling that you are full, you don't need to eat anymore. Whenever your body is satisfied with the food that you have taken, and there is enough glucose or enough food in the bloodstream. And insulin is another hormone. We all know about insulin, which is secreted from pancreas. The basic job of insulin is to ensure that whatever food you have taken, it is well metabolized, and it is converted into glucose, and the glucose is taken up by the cells, and it's converted into energy that you ultimately need. So whenever all of this is going well, this is what dictates your hunger and your satiety. But if there is a messed up in your hormonal balance, if there is any for women, there is issues like PCOD, menstruation, or PMS, if that is going on, which is very common in case of women. And if there is any issues of thyroid, diabetes, or in general someone is under mental stress, anxiety, that messed up the signaling system, and your brain gives you false cue of hunger even if you are not feeling hungry. So that's what craving is. So how you can manage the craving, we'll talk about that. So how you can manage the cravings, and you have seen one thing from the chat box that we have discussed. One common thing with craving is you never crave just healthy foods. Nobody craves that they have to take detox water. That's not a craving. whenever we crave foods generally for most people that are fried food, junk food, and that are generally not healthy for our body. And if you succumb to those cravings, if you respond to those cravings more often on than not, if you see, like if I'm craving something and I'll just take it, if that's your response to craving every time, inevitably you will see the ill effect of that, because having sweets too often, having fried food, junk food that often is going to be detrimental to your health. You are going to gain weight, there are going to be fat deposition in liver, there is going to be insulin resistance in your body. So how you can managing craving is a very important part of managing your weight. Managing Without managing craving, you won't be able to have a healthy body, healthy living, and healthy weight. So, what are the tips that you can incorporate in your life to manage the cravings? The first thing first is stay hydrated. This might come out of the blue that we are talking about craving, we're talking about hunger, how we can manage the craving, and how we can stop, taking junk food in the lieu of craving. And we're talking about hydration here. What is the connection? So whenever there is any my clients or anyone who is seeking advice from me, in regarding craving, I tell them, whenever you're having any kind of craving, especially if you are having sweet craving, have a glass of water first and wait for 15 minutes and see if the craving subsides a little bit. What most of the time happens is you are not hungry, you are just thirsty, and your body messes up the signals and you get the feeling of hunger, or you crave things, but you are not exactly hungry. Your body is already having the food, you are replenished, you are recharged, you are just dehydrated, and the dehydration is giving the cue, it's a messed up cue to your body that you are hungry. And it most of the time, whenever you are dehydrated, you crave sweets. That has been seen. So whenever you are having the sweet craving, intense sweet craving, try to think that how much water you have taken that day, and stay hydrated in general to have managed those cravings. Take a glass of water whenever you are having intense food cravings. And second is keep healthy food handy. So there I can give you one example. For example, you go to office every day, and around the corner of your office there is a fast food center. Maybe you are not hungry whenever you are coming out of the office. You have had your lunch and you have had your snacks in the office, and whenever you come out, you just see the fast food joint, and you suddenly start craving the food. So that's what happens. You are not, that is called pseudo hunger. You are not craving, you are not hungry, you are not in the need of food, but whenever you see the trigger and you feel hunger. So in that sense, do not keep any kind of unhealthy food around you. For example, in just the example that I have given previously, if you are feeling that whenever you pass that fast food center, you need to have that particular food from there, you take other way around, you take different route for going back home from your office. Don't go near that store, because you know it is difficult for you to manage your craving. Whenever you once you go in front of the store and you smell the food that is getting cooked there, and you see other people having the food, you get intense craving. So avoid that surrounding itself, avoid that scenario itself. In your home, do not keep any kind of unhealthy junk food, for example chips, for example any kind of fried food, any kind of sugar rich food, all of that do not keep in your home, because if you don't have the foods handy, even if you are craving, it is less likely that you will succumb to those craving. Don't keep the food ordering apps very handy, which can deliver you any kind of unhealthy food in minutes. You, even if you feel that it's going out of the hand, you can uninstall those apps from your phone as well. Instead, keep healthy snacks like makhana, seeds, dry fruits. Whenever you are having any kind of craving, whenever you are having sweet craving, you can take dates. Keep the healthy alternatives around you so that you are more likely to choose healthy things whenever you are having craving. Along with that, include high protein in your diet, a good amount of protein in your diet, because protein rich foods in general takes more time to get digested. So you take the feeling of fullness or the feeling of satiety is always more in that case. So try to have protein rich meals in your day, and even if possible, like if possible, include fiber rich food as well, because fiber rich food also takes more time to digest than normal food. So try to have protein and fiber rich meals throughout the day so that you feel full for the longer time and you don't have those snacking tendencies in between. And whenever you snack, try to have healthy snacks. And the last but not the least, the most important part probably, reduce stress, because stress is one of the most important player when it comes to having cravings. Whenever you are under stress, you are going through something and you are anxious, the most of the people crave unhealthy food, and that time they don't even watch what they are eating, because they are under stress. There is bigger things for them to worry, and they don't worry about the food that they are taking, and they take mindlessly whatever comes in their mind. So reducing stress, managing stress is one of the most important. Try to do meditation, yoga, and think about the things that like exactly giving you stress, and try to manage that with other coping mechanisms. So that's the most important part when it comes to managing your craving. And the next thing is, are you breathing enough? So all of I would like to see your answers in the chat. Do you think that like you have good breathing practices, or you are breathing enough that as much as you should? No, yes, I'm seeing mixed answers in the chat box. Okay, so breathing is, we all know that it's like a subconscious work of our body. You don't choose that you breathe or not, your body just do it for yourself. But why then we are saying that breathing, even though it's a natural process, it happens subconsciously, why we're saying that it needs to be taken care of? Because we're talking about mindful and deep breathing here, which has physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Just 20 to 30 minutes of deep breathing in a day can give you the benefits. We all know that in basically for us in India, yoga and pranayama is a big thing, and all of that encompasses deep breathing practices. Deep breathing gives you the physical benefit because you take more oxygen whenever you are doing deep breathing. You are taking deep breaths, and with that you are taking lung full of oxygen. That is going to increase oxygen supply throughout your body. And deep breathing generally calms our mind, which helps our emotional status, helps our mental well-being as well. So deep breathing is something that you should, focus on, or at least do 20 to 30 minutes of deep breathing in a day. There are different kinds of deep breathing that we'll talk about, and you can take an expert guidance to do this, which would be better for you. You can take an expert guidance and see what is beneficial for you, and you can do that. There is different kind of breathing practices. For example, diaphragmatic breathing. We all know about Kapalbhati breathing, nasal breathing, bellow breathing, mouth breathing. All of that has different benefits. For example, when you take diaphragmatic breathing, diaphragm is basically a muscle that is separating our abdominal cavity from lungs. That muscle, whenever you are doing diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing or abdominal breathing, the same thing. All of this are same thing. Your diaphragm muscle gets strong, and you get more oxygen throughout your body. It helps you manage the toxins in your body. It helps you in your emotional well-being as well. Whenever you're taking nasal breathing, your nose basically filters out all the dirt particle, all the environmental pollutants that is present in the air, and it filters the air, and it takes basically pure oxygen in your body. So nasal breathing practices will help you in that sense. And Kapalbhati breathing, we all know that it's give pressure on the lower abdomen part, and you take full lung full of breath. So that will help you in weight management as well. So same is for bellow breathing. Mouth breathing also keeps your trachea and larynx lubricated, and helps in managing that as well. So you can take an expert guidance and do any kind of breathing practices that is beneficial for you. But it's very like important, or it's very beneficial to do at least 20 to 30 minutes of breathing practices every day, because it makes you conscious about the act of breathing, and it gives you the sense of calmness, and it also helps you in stress management and your emotional management in general. So we all know that pranayam is a part of Indian culture for a very long time. So pranayam is basically means like extending your life force energy. That's what pranayam, the word pranayam means, and you can do any kind of pranayam practices with your expert guidance every day basis. You can incorporate that into your fitness routine in general. And the next would be the sixth thing that we'll talk about is sleep, one of the most important. part or the most important factor when it comes to healthy living and healthy weight. So you will see that there is a lot of person who are doing healthy habits. They have healthy habits. They are probably taking good meals and protein rich meals. They're having complex carbohydrates, good amount of fruits and veggies. They are doing exercises every day, moving around throughout the day, and still they are seeing some kind of detrimental changes or some metabolic disorders. That and you when you track back their routine, and you'll see that those people are having very less amount of sleep throughout the day. Maybe they're busy in work, maybe the only free time they get at the night time, which is now the most common thing for most of us. We are all so busy throughout the day that the only me time or only free time that we get throughout the day is at the night. And all of us have that idea that if we sleep, the next day will come soon, and I'll not be able to enjoy any free time for myself. And the time that we choose to enjoy is basically the time that we should sleep. And we are awake till 1 a.m. We're scrolling through phone, or we're doing some important work, finishing some important work, or in just chilling and enjoying our free time. But what that do to our body, we should be mindful of that as well. So people who are getting less than 6 hours of sleep a day, they are very likely to gain weight, and they're getting higher BMI. Why is that? Because whenever you are not having enough sleep, your body circadian rhythm changes. Our body is wired to sleep when the sun goes down, and when the sun again rises, we are about to rise. That's what our body is wired to historically, but we have changed that. So but even if you're like not having less than 6 hours of sleep in general, your body circadian rhythm changes even more, and your hormonal balance is going to be messed up. Your cognition power, your memory, your concentration power, all of that is going to be negatively impacted, and you are going to gain weight in terms of that, because your hormone is messed up. You're not getting enough sleep throughout the day, so you are going to gain weight inevitably. You can see that people generally develop dark circles. There is going to be bags under your eyes, and you're going to be moody, irritable throughout the day. Most of the people who have the habit of not taking enough sleep at night, they get acidity in the morning or in at night as well. Your immune system is going to be impacted in the longer run. So sleep is one of the major part when it comes to your healthy weight and healthy living in general. To ensure that you take enough sleep, because most of us have, if anyone is having like a very wrong sleep schedule, they are probably having it for years, and if you tell them to fix it, it is not possible to fix in one day. So what you can do, start the measurable actionable steps that you can do in the first is make a bedtime routine. Just remember what we have earlier discussed about habit. It's like reminder, and then you have routine, and then you have the reward. So the reminder is basically a routine that you repeat every day, which basically triggers your brain or give your brain the cue that it's time to sleep. If you want to go bed by 9, start your routine. If you want to go bed by 10, start your routine at 9 itself, so that you have the same routine every day before going to bed, which gives your brain the cue that now it's time to sleep. You can take a bath, put on your comfortable clothes, comb your hair, brush your teeth, read a relaxing book at the time to calm your mind, and then go to bed. Avoid using any kind of screens, thinking about work, scrolling down your phone, watching TV, anything around that time. Dim light, the lights around you. Don't stay under harsh light. Don't make any conversation with other people around that time, and avoid having heavy meals. You should your ideally your dinner and your sleeping time should be 3 hours apart. Whenever you are having your dinner, you should sleep 3 hours later. That doesn't mean if you're having your dinner at 11, you should sleep by 2 a.m. That's not the right practice. You should have your dinner ideally by 7:30 to 8, maximum by 8:30, and then you should go your bed as early as possible. There should ideally be at least a 3 hours gap. So if you have heavy meals around your bedtime, what it happens is basically you are lying down, you are trying to sleep, but your digestion system is still active and it's trying to digest the foods. So what happens is you inevitably get acidity in the morning, because that digestion process is not well done. So that's the complication. So try to have a consistent routine around before your bedtime, and try to go to bed as early as possible for you and try to take 7 to 8 hours of sleep to ensure that you get a healthy living and you have a healthy weight management in general. So, next, we are talking about how you can manage your negative thoughts. I would like to again ask everyone and put it in the chat box. Do you ever get negative thoughts regarding anything, especially regarding your, healthy weight or healthy living journey that you are going, you have taken and you're taking forward? Do you ever get any kind of negative thoughts? And how do you, whenever you get any negative thoughts, how do you manage them? What do you do to manage the negative thoughts? Getting a lot of good answers. Everyone's different, how they manage their negative thoughts. I'm seeing their answers, and I'll discuss about all of these answers in coming slides. So, from like earlier, we had the notion that whenever we're trying to, manage our weight or adopt a healthy lifestyle, it's all about just diet and exercises. But nowadays, science has advanced, and we already know that what is the importance of a positive outlook or what is the importance of mental health. So, your mental health is one of the most important or crucial player when it comes to your healthy living journey. If you have constant negative thoughts, it basically makes you anxious and gives you stress, and stress is going to negatively impact your whole body system. When you have positive thoughts throughout the day, you reinforce positive thoughts throughout the day. It makes you believe in positive sides of things, and you have positive feelings. You feel good about yourself, and the actions that you are going to take is positive. At the same time, if you are reinforcing more and more negative thoughts, you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have negative beliefs about yourself, and at the same time your action is going to be impacted that negative thought as well. You are more likely to do reckless things and take negative actions in that lieu. So managing your stress, managing your negative thoughts is one of the most important part when it comes to your healthy weight journey. So how you can manage that? I've heard, like I have seen in the chat box, very good suggestions. Some of the very good suggestions. You need to foster positive thinking. What you can do is that you can see the chat box people have suggested. You can listen to music. You can dance. You can foster any positive hobbies that you have. For example, creating art. You can do yoga, which has been like historically seen very good effect in stress management and calming you down. You can force yourself to think positive about yourself, and start writing down those positive thoughts, because writing is very impactful for our brain. You can definitely listen to motivational speakers, whoever you like. You can listen to their podcast or their audio motivational videos. You can read a motivational book. All of this is going to reinforce a positive thinking pattern, and in turn is going to help you manage stress. And next, we are talking about the social triggers. Social triggers is situations that makes you, even if you are like determined to take forward your healthy habits, take forward your healthy journey, there are certain social situations that makes you take the unhealthy habit, that force you, compels you to take an unhealthy habit, and all your progress that you have made goes in drain. For example, whenever you are going to movies with your family, or in general you are watching movie with your family, you have maybe taken the healthy journey, but maybe your family members are not aware of it, or they are not in the same path with you, and they are having some kind of snacks, unhealthy snacks, and they're sharing it with you, and you feel that to enjoy the time you have to participate in that, and by no time you are snacking in some kind of junk food that you have no idea how much you are taking. For example, you go to a wedding party or some other kind of parties, and everyone is having fat rich food around you, unhealthy foods around you, and you feel that it's an insult to the to the host, whoever is hosting the party, if you don't take food, or if you constantly say that I'm not going to I'm in in a healthy living journey, or I'm controlling my diet, I cannot eat all of this. It gives us a social pressure that we have to participate on of this. Maybe you travel extensively for your work or for any other things, and you don't have healthy foods around you. It's because in nowadays it is very easy to have unhealthy food options around you than healthy food options, and you are not carrying your food itself. So you are bound to take unhealthy food choices because you have to travel anyway. So all of these are social triggers that makes us take unhealthy choices even if we don't want to. And how we can manage them: the first thing is keep healthy snacks around you. You can keep that in handy whenever you are coming to any kind of going to any kind of party. Have a salad or bowl of soup beforehand, so that you are already half full whenever you arrived at the party. Whenever you are traveling, try to keep makhana, seeds, dry fruits, all of those healthy snacks with you, so that you don't have to rely on unhealthy outside options more. Stick to your meal times. Keeping your meal times fixed is very important, so that you don't eat junk food very often or snack around very often. Have you traveling whenever you're traveling for 2 to 3 days or for a week, try to think about the food options, or wherever you will be, try to research a little bit more about the healthy options that you can take around that, so that you have a plan ahead. You know that what are the things that you can opt for. Whenever you are having any kind of event, as I said, have a bowl of salad or have a bowl of healthy soup before going there, so that you are already full. Whenever you are arranging any kind of friends gathering, try to have a potluck, which means everyone will bring their own cooked dishes, and urge everyone to bring something healthy, so that you don't waste food, and you are having home cooked food, and you have the control over the fact that what are the things that you are putting in your mouth. And in general, have a healthy habit of mindful eating. Take each bite mindfully, so that you don't overeat at any time. All of this will help you manage the social situations that inevitably will come in everyone's life, and they need to manage that. And the next is, are you moving enough? Are you making are you doing good exercises on everyday basis? So exercise is something that we feel that is only important for weight management, and just to keep our maintain our weight or keep weight gain at bay. But exercise has more benefits than that. For example, it impacts your brain positively. It makes you more happy, because exercise makes you secrete endorphin, which is known as happy hormone. It makes you happy, which basically triggers your brain or wires your brain to repeat it more often. And then it promotes better sleep, because when you're doing exercises, you're increasing your physical activity, there is exhaustion, and you are more likely to sleep early and sleep better. And it increases our telomere activity, which is basically a protein region in our chromosome that protects our DNA. It increases that, and it protects our DNA from any kind of damage. Whenever any kind of metabolic process is going on our body, there will be some free radicals that coming up, which are toxic to our body and causes oxidative stress in our body. That oxidative stress can damage our DNA, but if you are exercising, the telomere activity increases, and it protects our body from those DNA damage. And it also boosts our satellite cell, which are the stem cells that are responsible for muscle regeneration. And when you do the exercises, it boosts the satellite cell, and in general your muscle power increases, and your muscle will be preserved for a longer time. All of these are the benefits of exercises other than weight management. You can discuss about that with your participants. So what you can do to ensure that, apart from the 30-minute exercise routine that you are doing as a part of the journey, what you can do to ensure more activity. For example, first is take the stairs. Whenever you are, going 1 or 2 story up, instead of taking the lift, try to take the stair. Whenever you are going walking, maybe walking alone is not enjoyable for you, try to walk with a friend, try to catch up with a friend while walking. Whenever you are in the breaks in office or in school or in college, you are in the break period, try not to spend the break sitting around in one place. Try to take walks in certain intervals throughout the day. And if your workplace is closer to your home, try to walk there instead of taking a bus, or instead of riding taking a ride there. And try to if any colleague of yours is sitting 2 desks away from you, instead of sending them a text or sending them an email to do something, try to get up from your seat, go there and tell the person in person, so that you get a few steps. And In case of you're going to take a flight or take a bus or take a train somewhere, try to go out from your home early and try to walk there, so that you increase your walk throughout the day. We have the habit of, whenever we are going to a store urgently, we all have the habit of, taking a cab there, or taking a bike or scooty there, even if it's like maybe 5 minutes distance from our home. Try to stop doing that and go to the store, walk around the store and walk back there, so that you increase your step counts throughout the day. Any kind of movies you're watching, if there is a break, try not to sit around that time. Get up and walk sometimes. Basically, the gist is, whenever you get some free time, whenever you feel that you are sitting for too long, stand up and walk a little bit throughout the day. So that's what will help you increase. Even if you are taking the exercises, that will help you increase in the NEAT, basically the non-exercise activities related to the thermogenesis that happens in your body. It will increase that need for you. So that's the main point when you are trying to move around throughout the day. And the next would be emotional feeding, which is very, very important for all of us, especially the women, because emotional eating, it has been seen through research that women are like more prone to do emotional eating, because they have the challenges with hormone throughout their life a lot more than men do. But that doesn't mean that women are the only vulnerable group for emotional eating. Men can have that as well. So emotional eating is basically whenever you are feeling stressed throughout the day, or any kind of something challenging has come up your way, you are feeling anxious, something is worrying you, you turn to comfort food for comfort, for making your brain, we cannot handle stress for a longer time. To making your brain feel comforted, to seek comfort, we go to food. And the foods that we seek temporary relief from are generally the foods that are high in sugar. We have talked about craving already, and we have seen most of people's answer that they crave sweet rich food, sugar rich food, they crave unhealthy foods at that time. And now whenever you have taken that kind of unhealthy food, probably it boosts your mood for some time, but which is that kind of temporary relief is followed by guilt, because you are now in a healthy living journey. You will automatically feel guilty that I have broken my healthy living journey and I have taken this kind of unhealthy food. That guilt will again make you anxious or stressed, and again you are seeking comfort in that food. It's a vicious cycle. And if there are certain kind of eating disorders, if you search a little bit, you will know, which basically repeating this pattern, and after a certain point, especially the teenage women are vulnerable to this, where they're after a certain point they start purging the foods that they have taken, they start force vomiting, and all of that is basically disordered eating. Even if you are not in that cycle, even if you are not that extreme of emotional feeding, this cycle happens to more or less to every one of us. So how you can break free from that, how you can break free from this chain of emotional eating? The first is recognize your trigger. Emotional eating cycle starts from a trigger itself, and the trigger is most of the time any kind of stress or any kind of anxiety. Whenever you are feeling having any kind of craving, or you are feeling to have that unhealthy food, just recognize that what is making you seek that unhealthy food. Would you have seeked this food if your mental state was completely normal and you were all calm? If not, then recognize it as an emotional eating behavior and try to manage that trigger with some healthy coping mechanism. For example, if you're stressed about certain thing, you can write it down. You can do all your hobbies and everything that I have told. You can listen to music, you can dance, you can make an art, whatever makes you calm down other than having unhealthy food. You can take those healthier coping mechanism. You can take a walk, you can talk to a friend about all of that, which will help you to cope with the stress without seeking comfort from food. And at the end of the day, which is very important, we're talking about multiple times, foster a mindful eating habit. Watch before you put anything into your body, whatever you are putting into your body. And next we'll have our goal setting. Goal setting is one of the most important part, because without a goal, where we are going, we won't know that. So goal setting is not just about you have to make a huge aim, and you have to aim very high things. That's not what goal setting is. Goal setting is basically a roadmap that will lead you to the things that you want to achieve. And now when it comes to goal setting, it's a systematic process, and you have to have, manageable, achievable goals, because without a set goal, you don't know where you're going. Basically, the road that you have taken, you should know the road is enjoyable and all, we understand that, but you should know that where we are going. So that where is basically your goal. So whenever you're setting your goal, first you need to prioritize. There might be like, for the goal for every individual would be different. That's one thing. But there, for someone, there might be like 4 or 5 things they want to achieve. They want to manage a healthy weight, they want to manage their blood glucose level, and they have a fatty liver grade 1, they want to manage that as well. So all of this all together is going to be, if they want to manage all of this all together, that is going to overwhelm them. So the first thing first, if someone is having all of these issues without managing their blood glucose level, if they have high blood glucose level, it is difficult to achieve a healthy weight and healthy liver in general. So the first thing they need to tackle is their blood glucose level, and then write the goal down. Writing the goal down makes it tangible and makes you feel that it is more achievable. After writing, choose a goal measurable. I want to look good. That is not a measurable goal. Maybe other person thinks you are looking good, but you yourself don't think you are looking good. So that's not a measurable goal. Try to take measurable goal. For example, my BMI is 27. After a certain point, after a 100 days journey, I want to take down this BMI under 23. That's a measurable goal. So you can keep your you can measure your goal in intervals, certain intervals, and you will see what are the progress that you are making and what are the changes is necessary for you to take. And then anticipate obstacle. For example, your goal is to walk 10,000 steps a day, and you have started walking, and the first day you have done well, and the next day you see there is rain. So you feel that my goal is gone down the rain, and I am not going to achieve this. So obstacles will come when you are taking a long term journey. Anticipate those obstacles whenever you are trying to achieve your goal. Whenever you are, like, maybe in the example, if it's raining and you cannot go outside, do any kind of home exercise, do any kind of activity in home, so that your ultimate goal is to increase your physical activity. So it doesn't matter if you're walking outside or you're taking exercise at home, you are increasing your physical activity. That's the bigger picture. So you have to anticipate the obstacles that can come down your way. Set a timeline. A goal is not a goal if you don't have a timeline in your mind. For example, I want to do certain thing. I want to lose my weight, certain kgs, but I have no timeline in my mind. Now when it's choosing timeline, it's important to choose a realistic timeline, because I want to lose 10 kg in 1 month is not a realistic goal, neither a realistic goal nor a realistic timeline. So your goals need to be realistic and your timeline need to be realistic as well. So if you're taking a goal of, I want to lose 2 kgs in this month, that's a realistic goal, and you have a timeline, and now you will be energized to do it. Create a plan, because now your goal is there, your timeline is there. Now you have to make actionable step, or know the steps that you have to take to achieve your goal. So creating a plan is very important. In here it comes the guidelines that you will be giving your participants, that you have already given your participants. So those guidelines will be the actionable steps or the plans that will help them achieve the goal. And the next is consistent progress monitoring, because if you don't monitor things, the measurable goals, if you don't measure that, you won't know that how much progress you have made. And if there is any kind of challenges coming your way, if it's not making any progress, then you need to know that there need to be certain changes in the plan that you have to make. So measuring or monitoring your goal is one of the most important part. So when it comes to goal, the key strategies is, first you need to stake realistic goal. As I said, losing 10 kg in 1 month is neither a realistic goal nor a realistic timeline. So you have to start with small goals, achievable goals. You cannot climb Mount Everest the first day you start mountaineering. So you have to have some smaller goals. If you want to start walking, do not aim for 10,000 steps in the first go. Try to achieve 5,000, then try to increase it. Next is find a role model. Anyone who has done it before you, anyone who has gone through this healthy living journey before you, talk to them. That role model can be anyone for you, and try to find a role model who you can look up to and take tips from to achieve your goal. Then break your goal into smaller steps. As I said, you want to take 10,000. Your goal is to walk 10,000 steps every day. So start breaking it into small pieces. First 2,000, then 5,000, then 8,000, then I'll go to 10,000 step. Like that, break it into smaller pieces. Reward yourself. Rewarding system is very important for our brain to function like that, because if you don't have proper rewarding your brain, you don't reward your brain for the things you're doing, you are less likely to repeat it. So whenever you are achieving any small goal that you have set, give a pat yourself, give yourself a pat in the back and tell yourself that you have done well. So that reward is going to compel you to take the next step and not leave your goal in the middle way. Seek support. Whenever you are going to achieve any kind of goals, it's inevitable that you will be needing some support in between. Seek support from your friends and family, your role model, whoever done it before. Talk to people in the community and seek the help that you need to achieve your goal. And keeping a positive mind or a positive outlook towards your goal is important. As I said, obstacle will come, but that doesn't mean that you need to leave your goal, your journey in between. Keep a positive mind, foster a positive thought, and you can do it approach towards your goal so that you ultimately achieve it. And one of the important thing to remember is that you have to track your goals for monthly, bi-weekly, or daily. For example, daily, in case of healthy living journey, daily you can see the water intake that you are doing, the food logs, exercise, sleep, emotion, and the positive affirmations that you are saying to yourself. On a weekly basis, you can monitor your body weight and measurements and keep a diary and see that what progress you have made. And on a monthly basis, you can do your overall health assessment and progress and review your goal if there is any changes that need to be done in your goal and any difference that you have to do in your plans that you have taken to achieve your goal. So that monitoring is very important to know that you are going in the right direction. So here, count 0 to 10 from me, with me. That's something that you can tell your customer. You have to take like 0 junk food. You have to stop taking any kind of junk food. 1 hour of exercise or reading every day is very important. Take at least 2 to 3 liters of water for your good health, and 3 cups of any kind of green juices or green tea you can take. 4 mental breaks a day is very important. You can write down 5 things that you are grateful for every day, which will foster a positive mind for you. Wake up 6 a.m. and try to practice meditation around that time. At least 7 minutes of laughter a day is very important, so that you don't you can keep your emotional health okay and you don't feel stressed throughout the day. Take at least 8 hours of sleep every day. Try to go to your bed by 9 p.m. and finish your dinner early. Try to go to your bed by 9 p.m. and try to take 10,000 steps a day so that you increase your physical activity. That's the 0 to 10 for you. With that, we'll finish today's session, where you have learned all about your healthy habits and you have learned all about the things that you have to do. And one thing, it appears that the last habit is 11th only. There is no 12th habit in the slide. So that's a mistake in the slide itself, it seems. So we have learned all about the healthy habits that you have to adopt and the changes that you have to make. So with that, I end today's session here. Thank you to everyone. And if anyone has any kind of queries or any questions, please put it in the chat box now. Someone is asking what is the activity for today. You won't get any toolkit or any activity in general. For everyone sharing the feedback of the session, thank you so much. If anyone has any question, I can take 1 or 2 questions, and we'll end the session as we have already exceeded the time limit by 2 minutes. Someone asked, can one control ghrelin Ghrelin is a hunger hormone, so it's if you for you to feel hungry, it's actually important. But when it comes to balance of ghrelin, obviously your healthy lifestyle and keeping your meal time fixed and doing exercise regularly, be mindful of the eating, you will be able to manage that craving or manage the effect of ghrelin in general. So thank you, everyone. Someone is saying they want to see the slide from 0 to 10. There's a I hope you can see the slides. I'm just quickly increasing. Okay, so I'll end the session here. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet for another topic some other day. Thank you.
Thanks, Amrita.